Hey guys, it is Alex with Elevate Health and Performance. Today we're coming at you with a mobility drill we commonly use with clients for shoulder health. This is a tall kneeling wall reach. We actually use the tall kneeling wall reach for a couple of reasons, but one of them primarily is to create some additional scapular protraction or reaching in the shoulder blades, and you'll see how that's going to come into play here in just a moment. But for our tall kneeling wall reach, we're going to be using a mat and a wall. We're going to be setting up in the kneeling position, both knees down. We want to be about arm's length away from the wall when we set up, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be driving into upward flexion. So this upper back is going to be doing a little bit of rounding, and what we're trying to accomplish is getting those shoulders to reach around, or the shoulder blades to reach around the rib cage, get a phenomenal stretch in between the shoulder blades and upper back. This also becomes a great strengthening drill for our serratus anterior on the side of the ribs that helps drive that shoulder blade into protraction. So here's how it looks. When we get in position, we're going to use some breathing while we're there. So step number one, we're getting set up tall kneeling, about arm's length away from the wall. We don't want to be too far that we're leaning on the wall to set up, and we don't want to be too close that we're pushing our shoulders behind our knees. So knees, hips, shoulders stacked up, arm's length away. What we're going to do, step number one, is drive our sternum away from the wall by reaching the wall away from us. So we're going to add that reach. We get some of that rounding in the upper back. When we find our end range, when in essence we get stuck in this upper back reach, we're going to take a really big inhale and try and fill up the upper back space. Then we're going to exhale and add reach. So we're going to push the sternum away from the wall, exhale and reach. See if we can get more length out of that. We're just going to compound those reaches. So we're going to inhale into this position, fill up the upper back. Exhale and reach. We might not see a lot of visual movement after that initial setup and reach. Pretty small movement that we're going to try and inch our way away from the wall. We don't particularly mind whether or not we're physically adding distance, although we may. What we care about is we're activating those muscles that are reaching or actively reaching through that position. What we often recommend is about 4 consecutive breaths. So each breath leads to the next further position, and that breath reaches to the next further position. Some of the common faults we see in the tall kneeling wall reach is rounding through the cervical spine, the neck, or rounding through the low back or the hips. So we'll see people set up here, very good intention. What they end up doing is looking down towards the floor, rounding their neck here, and they're reaching now upward rotation. Another phenomenal trait for the shoulder, but not in the tall kneeling wall reach. Will often cue, if you find yourself looking down at the floor, eyes straight ahead or double chin. Pack that chin to avoid creating neck flexion or rounding. The other common fault is we'll see people, they get stuck here, they go to add reach, they shift their hips away from the wall. Again, this is going to be some upward rotation for the shoulder, but not the intention of the tall kneeling wall reach. So go ahead and give this a go. Feeling some stretch in between those shoulder blades near the spine or in the upper back is excellent. We shouldn't have any pinchiness around the shoulders. Give it a try, see what you think.